everybody, and thank you for coming out to the Wildlife Resorts Pavilion. At this time, I'm going to ask for everyone to please silence or turn off their cell phones or any electronic devices you might have. Thank you for your donations. There will be a 10-minute intermission, and there's refreshments out there. And yeah, that's it. Enjoy the show.
Pick up the book next to you.
The Walled-Up Wife has inspired more than 1,000 versions, mainly throughout Eastern Europe and India, as well as countless essays by scholars.
See how one plot leads with the next effortlessly.
The song still sung today tells the story of a sacrifice of a woman by men whose work by day on a construction project is undone at night by supernatural powers.
Find yourself in a mirror. See into the text.
To break the negative magic spell and ensure the success of their project, the workers decide to kill a woman, usually one who is married and a mother, by walling her up in the structure.
Story begins with
Eldest.
middle,
Youngest.
Kings.
Queens. Magic by division of threes. Emptiness.
Worthlessness.
rooms must be filled with
Sacrifice!
One merge to a king will do, the thinner calls.
Bury her!
and at once the church will rise. Damn it! Where's that book? About the book?
If you are the wife in the wall,
You are more so the builder in knowing her.
Postulate that you and I are now understood to be interchangeable.
the three agree not to tell.
Don't come, don't come, don't come. The construction site will kill you, the construction site will kill you.
The youngest king confesses nothing. Married to fate, he lays down with their baby between them. A wall of new flesh bars his hands from touching his wife. Full moon, the world shines as a blue-tinted day. He can't sleep. Come morning, the youngest wife goes to her sisters, who tell her they are sick.
With a pain that cannot heal.
They ask
Bring the men their meals.
Theirs plus hers.
3 times a regular load.
She objects.
But I must bathe my infant son, must wash his fine white clothes, must...
My dear young sister, go at once and
For
bring the
real,
men
wash
their
your son's
meals.
white clothes and bathe with care
your infant son.
This part doesn't actually happen, but I punish the queens anyway.
The littlest sister leaves.
Her baby cries.
Eventually, the sisters swaddle him to near collapse. He can barely breathe.
Much less bawl himself to sleep.
By the time his mother is buried alive.
His clothes are soaked in excrement.
His skin covered in a rash. His wraps come off as bloody skin.
Washing the boy, eldest sister will lose control of her senses. The scent of oranges making her vomit. Empty self. Pressing the child, middle sister will begin to stutter. Their heads split open when in light. These women must!
No life.
Through.
Objects.
Only seeing.
Children.
If children.
Are holding.
Gold and silver.
Children say.
I brought you the moon, the sun, now sleep, mommy, sleep. Day and night will go on without you. You are not to blame for rotations.
I wonder, if not the sisters, who is to blame? He watches, perched in a tree, undignified in God's eye. Desperation makes birds of even kings.
He watches her come.
With every step,
He sees Yob killing his queen.
with betrayal, he returns to the old magi. His tongue transforms to a robin. He flies to her red breast heaving.
Don't go. Don't go. Don't!
The color to please Please rises in her as flesh presses.
Onward.
He begs.
This time to the river.
But she risks drowning, believing effort will make him love her more.
The river overflows.
She swells against going under.
Again.
He asks for winds to beat on her from all directions. But she pushes through to the construction site.
On arrival,
She calls out.
love,
She repeats.
Love?
love.
When he doesn't answer,
He couldn't answer.
he chokes back his tongue, trying to form a response.
The bird in his mouth writhes.
There are no answers.
Have faith,
He tells her.
Tell me.
but it is difficult.
She cries, crying.
I keep hearing her.
He assures her.
Assure me.
It wouldn't be faith if it were easy.
Have faith.
If only it were that easy.
Go after the glint.
Your fingers motion like wings after wedding bands, reflecting sunlight, casting stars in the darkness of half-filled rooms.
Go down. Repeats.
The building grew washes.
Holding their hammers like stillborns to their chests.
It matters little what I say.
No!
Is what our son said.
Has I left to bring you lentils?
Tastes like you.
Oh, you'd say.
Our son and you nestled upon your own breasts.
Of me, lowering myself between wall frames.
Masons pour mortar.
Stand still.
Won't be
I
long.
told our son without looking back.
Look at me. I say, before you knock me down. I hear our son crying.
But it's your face I see, weeping over the red bricks that stack against you.
Birds below me, not birds. Eyes I realize. I'm crying into another man. Please,
She asks for a door.
please, for my son. A door to feed from my breast, an opening.
I give that, but no more. Enough. Enough. Any more and the church will fall.
The first hour being buried alive in the walls of a half-built cathedral, and a text from Transylvania, construction on a monastery is undone at night by supernatural powers. In a strange dream, the chief mason hears a voice from heaven telling him to myrrh the first woman to visit the church. The wife bearing flour, food, and wine is the first to arrive. The mason begs God to make her turn back, but she does not.
The sky is eaten by clouds. The ceiling drops as shattered glass. The tree shakes from standing for flocks of feet. The wall is screaming as birds will yell. A unified cry before migration. What was said? Blackbird to brown bird. What was it I saw? A dirt path, curious objects, finches copulating while the cat swallows them. Fists for bodies, they never stop beating upon each other. Rhythms implying melodies, pounding to open themselves like doors. The melody. I feel my voice. A stone I threw long ago. The windows continue crashing. An indefinable light. Exits for me.
The third hour being buried alive in the walls of a half-built cathedral, the mason grieves, but still puts the wife into the foundations, telling her, we want to play a joke, to pretend to wall you up.
And me as a little girl I've locked away. When she tries to escape, I slap her face until palms bleed. That is to say, I sing myself to sleep. And her tears surface on our face. When we face each other, I tell her to shut the fuck up before they find us! They who will do more than hurt her. They who will break her entirely of song. When we sing to be birds, to fly beyond hands and unto eye shot. Oh, those bullets that burst hearts into origin rhythms. There is freedom in being seen without hands breaking wings. She believes in everyone will hand wings over palms to prove that we are better than bleeding. I believe in her. Only her I keep from going blood dry. Safe in other, she's in place. And me as a little girl, I've walked away.
On the ninth hour of being buried alive in the walls of a half-built cathedral. The wife cries out, the walls squeeze me and break my body. But the chief mason keeps silent and continues building. At the end of the song, he falls off the roof and dies. A foundation springs up where he lands, and the water contains bitter, bitter tears. Wife dead, builder dead, son dead, 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 dead.
6 hours in, I pissed myself. 8 hours more, I shit myself. What of this is worth fighting for? I wedge myself against the wall, my second self, and I cry her to sleep.
Bloody egg! A bird is calling. Hear it sing.
These stories will destroy us. Why do you let them make a house of us? We are lock. We are key. Turn the knob that belongs to no door. Come in here.
Is other. You turn to I turn to you. There are worlds within worlds. The stories on our faces will save us, but you must turn towards the fourth wall.
Let the audience become yoke, the stage shell. Behind you, the wings are resting on a foundation of bones. Excavate to find escape. You are always well.
Come inside me! This house built of me, from crushed fox bones, wants to bite your cock like a bird's neck. Flesh tresses snapped into you. But I refuse to be teeth. You hand me a cup of water through the little door in my nipple line.
Drink.
You say, I drink till drunk.
Make the shape of empty, a vaginal room.
Put her in it!
This,
Let it consume her.
this effigy of our first felt rejection.
Let us enter and exit at will.
We built walls higher in one day than we've been able to in 3 years. Can't imagine leaving. Possibility. How like a child to my constructed womb. The wife, I recognize little of myself now. Not builder, a conduit. How I want to birth and wed her as my sacred tie to invention. Rather than leave, I build myself a box to keep the rats off. Sleep in a darkness that leads me into a dreaming that I haven't yet been born.
I hear Rada sleeping near me. The measure of his breath is calming. The pulse of safety. The presence of protection. I can sleep with him here. Filled with gratitude for his soul. Though it is he who buries me alive.
The people take your north streets, there is a miracle singing.
The Middle King on the second day of building.
I spit 3 times in the same space to remember seeping. Red ants gathered this wet. Their little arms collect moisture. Had I touched a lover with the abandonment of their drinking, I might know emptiness. I spit again. I spit and spit, only to find more spittle.
The wife on the second day of burial.
A girl brings my son to suckle at the small door in the wall. Promise agitates him. He bites my tits until I'm bleeding, chokes on salts of me, cries from anger instead of sorrow. I fade further into the bones of me, like water into ground. A nursemaid takes him. I'm nearly all absorbed. The girl is crying a name I once dressed in, but her voice is a river, all movement. She is not a shore I know how to cling to.
Son, burn the house that is your mother. Watch the flames lift up like feathers. There are stories in this world beyond all the stones thrown.
Ravens fly in threes.
To leave the first love, I had to bury my younger self. She didn't go easy. In my mind, I took her face with a hatchet, propped it upright as a tombstone, continued to use it as master bed's headboard.
The second leaving was a knife that cost me my entire family. tin wedged between my ribs, the wound never stops bleeding.
For the final love, I swim out to an imagined island, watch flies enter his mouth to eat his innards, his caress turn to a glove. Some days, I try to put him on. I get all half dressed in the skin before throwing emptiness to the ground. I tell myself,
It's time to go.
I tell these selves too.
Not come back.
I gather most of me, but some part always slips back.
He's not coming.
I tell her,
He was never here.
tell myself, we were never a person, just a place to put himself, a hole in time.
Let go.
When walled up,
A bird will find the sky within.
It is midnight, and daughter sits at the base of the wall that is me and sings.
Someone knows a bird
I
singing.
tell her she's a fool to wait. I tell her, go
Someone knows a bird
home.
singing. Someone knows a
Refusing
bird
to listen,
singing.
her voice
Someone
fills
knows a
the
bird
chambers that
singing.
exclude me.
Someone knows a bird
Each
singing.
note begins as a
Someone
lark
knows a
and
bird
swells to
singing.
a bark. I
Someone
can't
knows a bird
breathe!
singing. Gasp out.
Little bitch! With pitch she infuses the hole until noise pushes beyond restrictions. The structure begins to shift, like an old woman about to collapse. If she folds, I will never see my son again. I clawed the bricks, can hardly keep a fainting swell from drowning me.
Mama?
She says,
Mama!
and song stops with,
Mama.
now that she isn't swallowing all air, I scream! The church is falling! And her feet echo like the mischief of rats from my cellar.
Are you all right?
silence.
Are you?
I'm fine.
You saved her. The church. Thank you. I said.
You're welcome.
The only other time I remember being thanked,
I helped the boy retrieve his kite.
Father had taught me how to climb trees, said it would save me from bears.
There are no bears here, Father, and nothing like a tree to save me.
I was 13. I didn't know bears could climb trees.
Kite was yellow as a meadow lark. When I handed it to the boy, our fingers touched. Oh, my blood boiled until I turned as red as cooked flesh. And then he looked at me and he said,
Thank you.
flew away forever.
Father, you were good to teach me how to climb trees.
Father, he was a good boy, thanking me. This may be the extent of all the goodness I will ever know.
Rhoda tries to sleep after the church is near class.
We
We
would
would
have lost the church.
Had the wife not yelled out.
At first, the voice was not human. I thought it a demon. Or it sounded like many in one. As though she were all the walls in conversation. It took all of my courage to kick down and out of my sleeping box, but I did just in time to wedge a loose beam into place. To save the space.
Space we worked so hard to become.
Objectively,
All seems fine, as all seems to be fulfilled. What is that sense of earth arching its back like a cat in a fence?
Objectively,
From my window, I can see the women talking, see them position for Rada's attention, hear them compliment his work, as though I am not this church. They do not see me as a window, but I'm becoming their only way in or out of these walls.
Subjectively,
I brought you water. I brought you bread. What in you needs healing? What in you hurts? Let me mend you.
subjectively,
Everything hurts. Nothing can be fixed. I can no longer hear my own voice. All echoes of other women talking about the church that I'm becoming. This wall could be any of them, but I'm the church. I listen to you fuck them in terms. Think of what I once considered sin now sings with life. I fucking hate you more with each woman who loves the church. I can hear how they look at you, how each cloaks you in light. Your words stacking with these intangible acts of giving. I will never get to look at you. You will never see me. If I was ever anything more than a wall to anyone, I will never know it.
Why, husbands make terrible lovers. Lovers make terrible husbands. She tells her husband,
where my fingers bleed. Please, please, a little warmth, a small light. Let me see my son. Let me feel his breath. Oh, that wordless language of God against me. Please, be good to me, so that I can believe in goodness again.
She tells Rada the builder at night.
I can hear the church grow, like blood in my ear when my son was in me. Beat of pulse. I know what is needed, what could bring walls to the ground. With my little finger, I could bury all, but it would mean killing my son. The church begins to crack. The sound of glaze burning the glass. This is it then. The concrete solidifies. There'll be no getting out after this structure forms. Rada, 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 where are you?
Say it.
Realization.
When am I becoming? You stupid fox. He's not coming. God, I would deny you if not for my son's face. How in my third night as mother I've watched his features turn to flight. 1,000 wings motioning a love greater than my body could contain. It was then, and only then, that I believed. There is a land that extends beyond what can be expressed. A place surpassing definition, a whole that stands regardless of how much weight is stacked upon it. I feel birds stream from me, gathering, not messages, but the feelings they contain. If I could take a pocket of this world with me, it would contain a handful of dirt. Again, midnight, and my daughter's sun was upon me. I watch her from my window, her eyes galloping in the distance between us. A happy skip, her world rising and falling with her every step. How can she be happy? Wicked bitch! Dancing on your mother's last breath? What do you want?
Mother, I brought you a gift. Quick! Mother,
Catch! A letter drops out of the door at my breast, turns to a dove, flies about my head. I catch it and tear it with my teeth. Let salt down my chin. It is no longer a bird, but an envelope. It's not flesh, but a mouthful of dirt.
in your pocket.
She tells me.
I brought you our son.
Show me my son.
He is healthy.
Not by my breast.
No, your sister's.
What sisters?
Please, pity.
Mercy is not mine.
Please, please, please.
Bury me. Where is my mother? She will bring a slave for exchange.
Your mother is dead. I cannot bring her to you. May she find you and grant you peace. Please make a request I can fulfill. Let me bring you comforts. Let me.
Stop my wretched daughter from ever coming here again.
Please stop torturing me. We haven't a daughter.
Don't come here again.
You've gone mad.
You, husband, useless other. Tell Rada the builder, this place is built on illusions. He must sever the head if the body is to stand. Rada will understand what you cannot. Now leave, and don't come back.
If I were to touch her, reach into the small opening in her breast and feel her, this entire story would crumble. What is now stone would begin to grow as soft green moss. But how would I even begin to ask for permission to enter? The kings are
Angry from lack of progress.
I could care less for their ideas of movement. The youngest king is sent to fetch me,
We look at each other like foxes over a headless chicken. She
like fault.
is ours. We kill each other for it.
The responsibility of feeling, to care,
And to have that care lead to causation, to be reason contained.
with her head in my mouth. She is more mine than his. I like that he can smell this on my breath as we talk about the church's progress.
The men complain of the cold.
Their wives bring them coats and gloves, give them soup and tea.
Construction moves slowly. As wives stay, they talk about incontinences.
Babies who won't sleep, stubborn stains in bedding, an urge to fix a hole in a wall.
What I hear is,
Children grow by witness.
Women wash love making to make room for more.
Homes are cold from neglect.
Time does not return, but
But
overlaps.
making is a taking beyond our control. None of us know the extent of our own losses. I tell the men to go home. They stay. I spend the rest of the day collecting a bouquet of fallen leaves for the wife on the wall. Stars twist their body round. I follow as though led by ghosts. I step softly, nearly to her. I hear the youngest king at the wall weeping.
Forgive me.
His sincerity deserving of any man's pity. He cries as the fatally injured will bleed. He cries.
Forgive me.
Lord, how quickly pity turns to disgust. I wonder, how long have you prayed for silence? Pray God, never let me be pitied. When you are tired by the sound of me, God, make me silent.
After the husband leaves,
The wife,
And though they're lean,
against their side of the wall.
and in silence wonder if.
Will she ever ask me to break this wall?
will he ever know my name? My daughter comes, says nothing. I know you aren't real, but I know you as my daughter. I would have loved you. I still love. I revise.
You are me.
She slips her child hand.
Into the slot of my door,
She enters my mouth,
like fine smoke.
holding me like sunlight as I
I let go.
Too
late.
Water breaks.
I wake to vacancy, silence. The church has stopped its song. The bones and joints ossified. I kick down and out of my sleeping box and run to the wall, yelling.
No.
No.
I take a hammer to the bricks. They crumble like tea. I see her fall, limp. She is just a child. I hold her, a child. I place my voice in her palm. Everything for nothing. I know the secrets of the dead.
The
Living,
Pray wrong prayers. All right, everyone, there will be a 10-minute intermission. Help yourselves to some snacks and treats and whatnot, and you can mingle with your class and things, and then come back.